Hey guys, McKenzie, Fayne here. We are here doing the Spinning Out episode 7. Lots of drama, guys. Stick with us.
I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hello, guys. Welcome. We are so excited to be here. Episode 7.
Woo!
Wow. Yes. Oh my gosh. I have such a great panel up here. I'm so excited to be here with you guys. We have Ebone all the way. Can't reach you, can't touch you. Ebone Chatman. You can find her here at AfterBuzz doing Dare Me, Siesta Keys, very Cavallari.
Yes, a lot of opportunities to see this face, you guys. A lot
So
of opportunities.
We have right next to her Emily May doing NXT here at AfterBuzz, Women's Wrestling Weekly, Dracula, which is another Netflix original, as well as Grace and Frankie that starts next week.
Starts next week, another Netflix show. So
nice.
You have a lot of chances to watch Netflix and AfterBuzz content.
And then right next to me, we have Miss Red Carpet interviewer, Lauren Mayo. So you can catch her on the red carpet.
Yes, you can.
All right, guys. So let's just, first of all, like we always like to start with the overall reactions. Lauren, what'd you think?
I was really excited to see, this return of parents or, the parent presence because we get enough of, Carol. So it was nice to see other parents pop up on the show.
The other people have parents too?
Yeah.
It's not just about Carol.
Yeah.
So, Drew, how about you, Ebone?
Yeah, I think things were coming to a head this episode. It was really about the choices and how your choices affect people. That's kind of what I got out of the episode that I watched. So I was like, oh, I liked it. It's good.
Yeah, I felt like this was kind of a pinnacle episode because I felt like now all the dominoes were in place and things were falling. And so I felt like it had a lot of effects, ripple effects across the board.
Oh, chills. That is so true. So true. We start out the episode with Kat and Justin just happy kissing relationship. I mean, what do you think?
I thought it was cute. You guys, okay, so now how do we feel about Justin? I need to know.
I'm still Team Marcus until Justin comes in and talks to us. I'm loyal.
She just wants to get him in here.
Right.
I
Same.
love Justin. I would love me some Justin. He's so cute.
I think we need to hear his perspective.
He's just so sweet with her. I think we finally get to see this connection piece with Justin. This whole time he's been messing around, having sex with random girls. Honestly didn't care who he was having sex with. If you were breathing, a pulse, and a lady, he was down. So it's so nice to see this intimate connection. He's really opening up. I love that. I was like, oh, you're so sweet.
I said it in the last. What were you saying?
No, you go first.
I said it in the last episode that I just feel with Mitch and Carol, their relationship kind of went too fast, and I feel the same way about Kat and Justin. I'm just okay, so all of a sudden we kiss in the hallways, we hold hands in public, okay, now we're there.
I literally said, I have my notes, I was oh, now we're in a full relationship? Question mark?
Okay.
What
I have questions because first of all, she couldn't make a decision about Marcus. That was still took forever to kind of fizzle out, resolve itself. And then now she's full on holding hands, kissing with Justin right off the bat. I was why couldn't you make that decision with Marcus?
But they already had history, they had the sex a year ago and whatever. So I feel there was already that connection there. So it was easier.
With Marcus every day.
Every day.
But she skates with Justin every day.
Well, now that's true. But I did like how Justin and Kat finally like had this connection, and they go a long way back. Their families have history, so.
True, very true. So they end up in this little competition that they're doing. They end up getting 7th place, and they're not happy about it.
At all.
Well, Justin's not. He's whatever, he's like a realist about it, and she just like goes off the deep end.
Yeah, she has a tough time.
But we know she only took half a pill.
I was just going to say, yes.
She took half a pill.
That's the reason why she's going off the handle over here, because she's not taking her full meds.
And I think the reason Justin is so sweet about it is because he knows that he's a first placer, okay? But he knows it's because of Kat, and he loves her so much, so he's going to be sensitive to
You
that.
also have to think about, it takes years and years to become pair skaters, and they just started like 3 months ago. So the fact that they got 7th, I think, is pretty
and
good.
He mentioned that too. He was
Yeah.
like, we've been doing this for 3 months. Like people work 2, 3, 5, 10 their whole lives to get to where
They
we
start
are
as
right now.
kids, you know?
So
That's so true. So I think like Justin just had to talk her down from a ledge, just like kind of Mitch has to, in a sense, with Carol, and I don't know, it just kind of sucks.
gotta have patient boys with these.
And like,
women.
like
Kat gets so anxious
I always
about
think
it.
like give your man something that they want to stay around for, and these girls are like driving them. Like it's like, what is he like?
But
gonna
that's the
love?
thing.
I've been crazy.
Exactly.
keep
It's
coming
the,
back.
It's the opposites that attract, right?
Yeah.
Like they are enough energy and enough personality for the both of them. So it was like they need someone that's kind of like more chill, hang back, patient. You know, like they need someone that can handle the home life, even because they know what they're dealing with. To be honest, you know.
So we see a little bit of Dasha's health deteriorate. I mean, right after this, Justin and Dasha are walking out to the car, and she kind of fumbles. And what did you guys think it was gonna be?
I don't know, but I really like their relationship. I like
is
how
so nice. I do
Justin
too.
and Dasha's relationship is so like strong. You could tell he cares. Like when he was asking her, like, "What is wrong? Like you have to tell me if there's something wrong. You have to tell me." Like I think I almost cried a whole lot in this episode.
I know.
There's a whole lot of tears
There's
going
a
on.
lot of
So I was
tears.
like, you could see how much he cares about her, and I was like, oh.
Well, it goes back to that, you know, she was there, like, when Justin found out about his mom. Like, she was the one that pretty much told him.
No, seriously,
She did
told him.
she told
Yeah.
him. Like, she did tell him. And so, like, you don't come back from that. Like, you don't break a tie, like, a relationship tie after something like that. And so Justin, like, attached to Dasha and was like, this is it. You're my family. And so that bond is really, really strong. And, you know, he really, like you said, he really does care about her. And it's sad to see him, like, hey, like,
I didn't even.
Look, like y'all know I love Jen.
Love Jen, me too. She's a ride or die type of friend.
Yes, so I think it's we're working with 10 episodes, so we have to kind of squeeze it in. But I do think it was a lot built up on her side, and I get it. It just sucks because I want them to be together. I want the girlfriends to stick together.
Yeah.
So it hurt to see the breakup, but I kind of get what
Chicks
Jen
before.
needs.
Right. I
You
think
know the rest.
I think the problem too, which makes it extra hard to watch, is that like it's kind of like the big blow up was over a boy.
Yes.
And I think
Yeah.
that's the part that's like, dang, girl, like that's the hard part to watch. But at the same time, there are back feelings that Jen has, like, oh, I've always felt second to you. I've always
Exactly,
felt like
exactly.
you the shining person, and I've always been there to like help and support you in this role. And then she felt like she never really got her shine.
Yeah.
So now she's like, you're not about to take this too.
Yeah.
F you, and I'm done.
Yeah, I mean, the way that I see it kind of related to that is that Jen kind of feels like she's second fiddle to Kat all the time, like ever since they were a kid, since they were kids. And so when so the fact that like the whole Justin thing happened and she just like, and Kat's very erratic in her emotions and how she treats Jen. And so I feel like it's just not fair for Jen to have a friend that's gonna treat her poorly and not really like respect her feelings.
Yeah. I totally agree with that.
So-
We see a new character, Marcus's mom, who I know you guys want to talk about the med school decision. So who wants to take that away?
I will, because I have been just like itching to like talk about this, because I swear I was like, oh no, we didn't mention it. Yeah, I keep bringing it up to you guys. I was like, we haven't brought it up to you.
Not yet.
So, but honestly, first of all, the fact that you would choose skiing career, which is very like finicky, like you get hurt and then it's done. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Over going to Stanford medical school. I mean, for me, there's really like no decision. So like, if I was his mom, I would have slapped him a few times. Like,
But she
what
doesn't
is
know.
that? Which she doesn't know.
She doesn't
but
know,
then,
but-
like, well, she figures it out.
She figures
but
it out.
I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I just was like, I can't believe that you would pick skiing. And so that for
Okay.
me was
Would any of us pick skiing? I'm just curious.
The thing is, I'm going to say, from someone that's husband is a professional athlete, you can only do it for so long. And you can always kind of go back to medical school.
But Stanford?
Well,
Are you getting back into Stanford?
but
That is
she's
my
also-
point. Are
but
you getting
she's a-
back into Stanford,
but
though?
she's also, like, pretty, like, she's a doctor, right? The mom.
Yeah, and she has the
She has the
connections.
connections. So,
Which is how he got in there to begin with.
so I'm just saying there is a way, and I'm just, like, trying to be in the middle, like, because, you could always. There's only just like being an
That's
ice
a good
skater.
that's a good
There's
point.
only so many. You age out of the sport. And
Okay,
so
true,
you can
but
only do it
like
for so
medical
long.
school is literally like 10 years of your life. So if you're going back to school at 30, you're really gonna want to go to school like 30 to 40, like, trying to go to medical school
why
and
not?
do the residency and do all that mess. Like
Why not?
I don't
You're
know.
already like 40 by the time you become a doctor anyway.
I just don't see. But I'm saying, and then you'll be 60 by the time you start late already.
And you're
Like
never gonna have
bills
bills anyway.
at all. Like
Well,
that is just
if
crazy.
he did go to medical school, then he could help Kat because she needs more medicine. She threw them all down the toilet. So
He could help
Threw them
Jen
all
with her
down.
hair.
There were so many options. He has his
Clients,
clientele.
yeah.
Boom.
I just have to say, like, I have to give it to Marcus for following his dreams and really, because he turned it away for so many years. Like, he was like, no, I'm not going to join the team. I'm not going to do it. And the fact that he actually admitted that it's something he loves, that he really wants to be, and he knows he's good at it. Like, go for it.
But good
So I'm
enough
all
to
for
really,
it.
really. I mean, they say the Olympics, but like that's why I'm like, okay, let's see where this hockey, like skiing thing's really gonna go. Because I mean, you could be good at something, and it could be your hobby, and maybe you are good enough to nationals or like do a competition. Wonderful, but like Olympics, like I don't know.
he beat out
There's
the
so
team
many
members.
different things that could happen that could go wrong. Like he said in the episode, he was like 1/10 of a second. I mean, that's like difference between first place and fifth place.
Yeah.
That's your career.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's very risky.
very risky. That is for sure.
Right.
What do we think about Reggie moving to this area now and wanting to just take sole custody of Serena and just kind of stepping in
Oh,
like
man.
that?
I felt like this was so out of the blue.
So out of the blue.
I
It's
was
like,
like,
did they just
what?
needed to throw another?
They needed another
character?
dramatic arc. or we haven't seen Serena do anything in a while, so we're like, all right, throw a storyline towards
I
Serena.
don't know, you guys. Like, I'm just feeling so down. I feel like now that I think about it in this episode, because there's so many things that just like aren't
Go
working
wrong.
to me. No,
Yeah.
not even
It
that.
just
Like,
don't
just,
work.
they don't work like production wise and like script wise or however you want to say that. Like, why randomly throw this guy in? Like, there's so many other things going on.
There
There's so
has
many
to be
other
like more to the story though.
But
no?
but there's so many other situations that they could have developed more in that time than adding this. But I guess you're right. Like, we could see
there could be
something else.
something like he could have something up his sleeve or
Yeah.
something could be fishy with him. I don't
And
know.
they could
Yeah.
just be trying to plant him to get a season 2. Maybe
That's
that's why
true.
they're throwing in random things
That's
that
true.
they cannot be finished in 10 episodes.
Oh,
Because he's being
that's
introduced in
true.
episode 6.
We gotta see what happens with Reggie.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like
But
That's
I
true.
will say, I do think it's suspicious that Reggie's just popping up as Serena's heading to the Olympics. Does he want the money?
oh,
Right. See, that's what I'm saying. Maybe he has some other crazy
Yeah.
motives. Maybe he
That's
needs
weird.
money. Like, I mean, the thing is, the first thing we see, right, is Serena having like flashbacks in previous episodes of her dad leaving when she was like, I don't know, 4 or 5, right? And then the next time we see him is like now. So, and then she's like, oh my God, Dad, I'm so excited to see. I have so much to tell you. But I'm like, but have you been talking to him this whole time? Have you not been talking?
Exactly.
So now I'm like confused. Like, I'm a little confused on that end. Like, what is that
How
relationship?
close are they? Like,
Yeah.
do they text? Do they call each other every
Right. Like,
week?
does he go see her? Does she go see him?
Does he know like the extent of what Carol's been doing? Like,
But it
how-
doesn't even sound like it though, because you know
No.
he's like, I want you to move in with me, and the mom has a complete like, I've been raising her for 16 years,
agree.
absolutely
Yeah.
not. So it sounds like he hasn't been helping, hasn't been sending money, hasn't been doing anything. So
Yeah.
Well, and like it's a little fishy because if you know, if Serena does tell Reggie like, oh, this stuff is happening, like if someone told another parent or an adult like, hey, my mom made me run 30 blocks around the block and then do
yeah.
push-ups at like 3 a.m, they'd be like, oh, something's going on. And like,
But I
It's
think
just
that's why he left
unhealthy.
to begin with, because he understood that
he
she
understood
had a disorder that he couldn't deal with, and I think that's why he left. Because it
But
looked
it's
like
so
they were
unfair
married,
for-
because he had a ring on his finger
Yeah.
when he left.
but
in
it's so
that
unfair for the
episode.
kids to be like, all right, I can't deal with your mom
Totally.
and,
Oh,
for
and then like
sure.
leave the kids. It's just not.
I'm Team Carol on this. How dare you abandon us?
Yes.
And then
Yeah.
and abandon the daughter, period. And then just come back after she's put all this work, time, love, the most she can do.
Yeah.
And you just pop up at 16. Like,
Right.
Oh, yeah,
Talking about,
I'm
I don't want to
here.
miss no more years. You
Yeah.
already missed you missed the crucial ones.
Yeah.
You missed all
Okay.
I had to deal with all the preteen attitudes. So
Right.
you can't just pop in.
Pop in when she's nice.
Yeah.
I mean, there are
No.
going to be people out there that are saying that it's never too late and things like that.
true.
So, I mean,
It's never too late, but introduce yourself.
know
as,
your place.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Don't
Exactly.
be trying to
Yeah.
take over.
Exactly.
That's my
Like
problem.
you can go in and say, "Hey, I want to start to like renew our relationship again and be there for you," but you can't just go in there and say, "Hey, you're going to move in with me right away and I'm going to take full custody." Like that's going from like 0 to 100 in like
Yeah.
no problem at
That's
all.
why he's trying to take his bank account from 0 to 100
Right.
million.
There we
'cause
go.
He just came so he can get the money.
Yeah.
Okay, I like
Watch
that
out.
theory, Lauren. I like that.
Prediction
So
early.
we have this whole medical issue with Dasha.
Yeah.
Then we find out it's glaucoma, and we find out that she needs to have this surgery, that it's only available tomorrow. She
Right.
wouldn't be
Oh
able
my
to get it
Right.
for months because then by that time she'll be blind.
Right.
And
I'm
then
like,
it happens to be the day they're competing
Right.
for regional.
you guys, like, these are the things, and I'm just like, I can't.
Honestly, I was so
This was like a
stressed
soap opera.
because I was like, honestly, she would have to go into surgery the day of their competition, and Kat's gonna fall, and she's gonna like slit Justin's leg open. Like I was just thinking, like this is gonna be the most like. So again, I was watching the scene like hand over eyes, like I want to watch, but I don't want to watch because I was just so nervous that something bad was gonna
This
happen.
was like,
It didn't
okay.
though.
I know. I was like, this is like all the things piling up. Your coach not being there, you know, because like we've had the thing where Kat's coach, you know, Carol took Kat's coach or fired the coach, and you know, it's like she's been without a coach before. I'm like, is this gonna cause problems?
Well-
it was a whole thing
Right.
that I was like having doubts that things would work out.
True. And then we have this whole other side of Dasha that we find out with the woman that she was in love with. And
How crazy.
yeah. Do you feel like that tied into anything at all?
No.
Random as hell.
Okay.
Super random. I would not see that coming. And then I didn't
No.
understand how it connected
Like,
to anything.
what does it have to do with anything?
Yeah, I mean, there was the flashbacks in the beginning with her and like having the Olympic medal and her
we don't
partner, and I'm like,
care.
oh, that's cool. At least we know
Yeah.
that she knows
Yeah.
the like the sport and
Yeah.
can
Right.
like
Reputable
she's
source.
reputable.
I
But
mean,
I guess it was
then
trying to
having
like
that
tie
love.
into this whole like I see her everywhere, but if I go blind, then I won't be able
Yeah.
to see her. And then like I was supposed to help like weigh
Well,
in
then
on
now
her decision.
you're gonna go blind because you didn't want to get the surgery. Like, she didn't want to get it at first.
And then she can't
Right.
do the job she's doing for Kat and Justin because she can't see them skate.
Right. So I
It's
don't
the
know.
whole thing.
That part was a little
It felt
random.
a little
that was. I will
heavy-handed.
agree with you on
So
that.
random.
I will
It
agree.
felt a little like, oh, what can we put here?
So, we go back to Justin for a second because he has this Alana. She's mad at him because his mom.
Oh, Marcus.
Yes.
Marcus
Sorry,
and Alana. Yeah.
Marcus and
And Alana.
Alana. And she's mad at him because she didn't know his mom was coming, and she doesn't know anything about him. I'm like, girl, again, like, why do you
No,
think
I
your father-
understood that. I understood
Oh.
that.
My thing is with the storytelling though, like I wish we could have seen a little bit more because she did say they've been hanging heavy for a month. But
right.
we don't know that.
We didn't know that
We
till
didn't
she
know
said
that.
it.
Until
Yeah.
she said
Till
it.
she
yeah.
said it.
It was
You
very like
can't plan
expositional.
one line and expect it to flow in a story and for us to connect with that.
Right.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I do want to ask though. It wasn't in this episode, but it was in like a previous episode, which I thought was funny, and I wrote it down in my notes. How when Alana was first introduced, and she kind of, Marcus was waiting for Kat. Kat didn't show up because whatever she was doing, and she kind of asked him like, who are you dating? And he mentioned Kat's name. I don't know if you caught this,
Yeah.
but she kind of was like, like she gave him a look, and he said, oh, there's nothing wrong with dating a white girl, right? And so I think this story is like a narrative that's very interesting because it's always, I feel like in culture, period, I feel like in like the black culture, there is that stereotype of like the black guy dating the white girl, and like having that like issue. And I thought it was interesting the way they like kind of brought that up in a way where I was
Well,
kind
they
of like,
started it and we talked about it in
Yeah.
5, like when
Yeah.
the woman at the bar tries to call him out for stealing.
Right.
It's just
Yeah,
like,
it was-
okay, now we're bringing in racism, okay?
Right.
Like
There was a lot of things
mental
that were
illness,
throwing out.
racism,
yeah,
glaucoma.
right.
like-
We're hitting all the targets, you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It felt
true.
like
know-
deadbeat daddy. Like I don't even.
Yeah, there was like the moment with Marcus and Alana where like Marcus threw out like that intro to his mom, like didn't really like properly introduce.
Oh, yeah, called her the concierge.
Yeah, called her the concierge.
Ooh, that was so rude, though.
Which was super rude.
Not even my
super
friend.
Yeah, not even Alana.
Not even my friend. Not even Alana.
My friend, or like not even by her name. Like I was like, oh man, if someone introduced me like that, and I was like hanging with
For a
them,
month? I mean, it makes it sound like
For
they
a
were
month.
dating. Like,
Yeah.
kind of makes it sound like
just
a relationship-ish
like
thing.
that was like a no on Marcus's part.
But I
Like,
love
he
she's a
should've known
tough
better.
cookie, though. She was not taking it. When
Yeah,
he tried to
that
come
was
back and
cute.
apologize,
Yeah.
she was like,
She was like,
I was like, yes, do not be second best, Alana.
Right. I loved it.
So Kat and Jen have another like falling out, but this time it's like real, and then Jen goes on the ice and she falls.
Oh, can we talk about first what Kat said to her?
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, yeah,
she
she
goes
said, I
off.
hope
she said,
you
I
fall.
hope you fall. And
Yeah.
it was
And
like,
she does.
and again, we have to realize she's taking half pills.
No, at this point she's not taking
She's not
any.
taking
She
any
already-
pills.
You're right. She's not
Still
taking
more.
any pills.
Put them
No.
all down.
So she put them all. You're right. She flushed them. So that's even worse.
Yeah.
You guys, like, when
This
she's
was
not on the
heartbreaking.
pills.
I hated this. This moment made me like.
I think it's really interesting how they have Carol acting when she's not on the pills and how they have Kat acting when she's not on the
Yes.
pills, right? Like
Yeah.
Carol's kind of like irrational, disconnected, and like emotionally not there. And then Kat has like all this energy and is like, let's do this again. And we're like, she doesn't want to sleep. She's like so energized and
she's-
so
Yeah,
like
she's in like a mania where she's like hyper creative and she's hyper.
Because their
like,
highs are high
their
and their
highs
lows
are highs
are
or
low.
lows and
Yeah.
lows. And so, because she did well in the competition and wants to do better and like increase the difficulty and do all that, she's like,
which made me nervous because I was like, oh no, she's gonna do this triple
Yeah, and
toe
then
3 times
Justin's
and
gonna
break her
get
leg.
injured.
Like, ah!
Triple toe one more time.
Right. Right.
and Justin's exhausted. He's like, I can't do anymore.
Yeah,
You
but
know?
going back to Jen,
Yeah.
sorry, because I mean,
no,
because we
yeah.
were talking about her not on the pills. My thing was this: why would you do that last little bit on the leg that you know is messed up? Like, why didn't you switch it or do something?
But you
I don't
can't
know.
if you don't practice it that way.
But
you
I'm
can't
just
do
you should have
that.
practiced it that way. Is my point.
I
It's
know.
all-
Maybe it could have
It
been
was
the turn
heartbreaking.
into it. I don't know.
It could be the speed, the turn, the
but you know what?
landing.
I'm really happy that they didn't do like some crazy like break hip thing or like she turned and like landed on her leg and like collapsed. I'm glad it was kind of like a smooth transition into
It
the
was
floor.
a little too smooth for me. If I'm
I
gonna
was
be
fine
honest.
with it because I was just
I was
like,
like, what is
I didn't
she
want
doing?
to, I didn't want to hear or see anything
No.
crazy because I'm
But,
already
like,
on edge.
If you think about it, her muscles and joints are so stressed right there, and she's already bruised that like it was easy for it to
Oh my
happen.
God. And I just wanted to say this
Yeah.
because I'm so mad at Kat.
So, I know,
The
so
reason
angry.
that Jen is even in this situation is because Jen was trying to be a good friend and breaking into the camper
True.
of Mitch
and
Tell it
and hurt herself trying to have Kat's back.
again.
also,
As per
but
usual.
also, I'm gonna say it's not just Kat's fault; it's Jen's fault too because the doctor said for her to stay off of it,
Very
and she
true.
did not listen. Even in the beginning, she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna stretch. Oh, it's just stiff. Like it's just sore." It's like, no, you gotta like lay low when you're injured like that.
So I know we do have some news and gossip. So let's start queuing that up. Who's taking it away?
I'll take it away.
Alrighty.
AfterBuzz TV News.
I love that beat. What's up, guys? So it's time for news and gossip. So congratulations is in order to Caitlin Leave, the spinning out actress, just welcomed a beautiful baby girl. She is half of the Glee skating team. Leah, the mean girl.
The mean girl.
Yes.
Yeah.
The girl we love to hate. In real life, she seems to be nice, and she welcomed this beautiful baby girl just 2 days ago. So
Yay!
she is having an amazing 2020. Like,
Absolutely.
Do we know the name?
no, she just said baby P, so it's very
baby P.
mysterious.
Oh, love it.
Could be
Cute.
Portia, Penelope, we don't know.
Love it. Love it.
And also, speaking of parents on this episode, our favorite parent on the show, Carol, played by January Jones, she actually appeared on Jimmy Kimmel tonight. So I thought that was interesting.
Yay! We love January Jones. You're doing great in the show.
Yes, you're doing great. You're too good. You're scaring us
Right,
all.
it's right scaring
all
us
very
if you're
nervous.
acting. So good.
Nice. And quickly, if we want to enter our special segment, if we have a second.
Awesome. So our special segment is who do you think is skating on thin ice? So I want to hear your thoughts on what character, what right now it could be a storyline that you feel like is not really doing it for you.
Okay, I'm going to go with the non-obvious option. I'm going to go with Marcus because he needs to make a decision. Like, do you want Kat or do you want Alana? And you need to start being honest with your mama, okay?
Oh, I'm gonna
What about
say Kat because it's like, girl, get your crap together, take your pills, and stop ruining your relationship.
Everyone, I'm distressed.
Everyone.
I would say storyline wise, that's an interesting.
Yeah.
Because I would have said Kat, but storyline wise, I think the whole introduction with Dasha's background, like it just felt
that whole background.
random.
Yeah.
But I'm hopeful that maybe we'll flesh it out in season 2 or later this season. We still have episodes left.
That's true. So I'm gonna say like my weakest story point for this episode would be the whole Reggie coming back and wanting to be in Serena's life. That one I feel like is a little thin and it's probably gonna crack.
All right,
I love
guys.
that we're all on different pages.
Yeah, I love it. Ebony, where can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Ebone Chatman 12.
Awesome. And you can find me on all social media platforms at Emily May Hiller.
And you can find me on Instagram at Lauren Out Loud and on YouTube at Lauren Mayo.
You can find me on Instagram at McKenzie Fayne. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We will be back for the rest of this season's episodes. Next, we will be covering episode 8. Thank you so much for joining us. Make sure to subscribe, like, comment below. We'd love to continue the conversations. Thank you all so much. Have a great night.
Bye.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.